back in action. It's Clutch and Walsh bringing you the action. And it's Elim, round 1. We find ourselves getting an opportunity to showcase here, and it's Envy versus Majin Club. Envy coming off a loss in a Game 5 that was so narrowly won by FaZe. They look good from the little I saw from the series, but here come Majin Club, and they impressed us yesterday, Dave. We saw multiple times BastosS, TchiK making some plays. Are they going to have what it takes to potentially catch Envy off guard here, as Envy coming off fresh off a loss? Precision not getting caught off guard. He actually catches a member of Majin off guard and gets perfect shots to get early control for Envy in this oddball.
Yeah, I think there's still maybe a question mark there on Envy for that mental fortitude when it comes to bouncing back from a loss. Can they make the rally back after having a heartbreaking loss there in a Game 5? Not saying it's impossible for them, but I don't think we've seen enough data from them over tournaments to say, yes, DSCENDANT or Precision or Yakzn can for sure make this bounce back.
I do think they're the heavy favorites coming into this. Envy was
100%.
so impressive coming into this tournament. Unfortunately, falling short to SSG and FaZe, teams that they were getting sometimes the better of online. Both teams that beat them on LAN, you got to have to wonder here, where's their confidence level? And is this a series where they can kind of rebound and get their feet back on the ground for an elimination bracket run that we know they're capable of? They have the skill, but like you said, still young in their tournament lives from their career standpoint. Where are their heads at here? A good start to this game is exactly what the doctor ordered for them to get on the right foot.
Yeah, getting those first 50 points, scrap this up, get ready to maybe a quite early play ball. Actually, nah, you know they're at blue. There's no need you have to get shot in the back to know that they're already on top of you at Hydro.
Yeah, that Shroud can only keep you alive for so long as he gets taken down there. DSCENDANT, one of those pop-off potential players for Envy. He's going to actually just G-slide in towards the turbine, and he's going to get taken down immediately. But Yakzn Precision, they did the job of capitalizing on his opportunity to push, and a nice ball kill you don't see very often in your face. A little bit disgraceful. Yakzn with the ball in hand gets that kill. 3 go down for Majin Club, and it's complete control for Envy once again.
Yeah, they've just been in the driver's seat this entire game, doing the right rotations, getting the kills, doing everything correct. So, yeah, for anything that I was worried about, you know, from first round loss jitters or anything,
right?
Are they going to be too depressed or down and out from this? Nah. Looking at this so far, they're looking strong and hopefully looking for a long elimination bracket run.
Yeah, as expected, we're going to see from Envy. And I don't know what the elimination bracket necessarily looks like, but you know Optic Gaming's down there somewhere. They're going head-to-head right now on the main
West. I don't know what it looks like either. I don't know if I've ever been there.
Jesus Christ, Dave. I spent most of my career there. Sometimes out of the tournament watching you, but Majin Club shortly in my footsteps here if they're not able to turn this around. As they do get their first setup of the game, a lot of work to do here. It was about 60-0 up until this point. TchiK's going to be forced to drop the ball as he loses Sxptiq. A player grappling up towards you is a dangerous combat loop, but I mean, TchiK gets a kill. ZMightys gets a double. Last player alive is Precision. The ball gets thrown bottom middle, so it's a hell of a rotate from Majin Club. It's not often you see that.
Yeah, I mean, what turned out to be a misplay ball turned into an amazing sequence of events from Majin Club.
Yeah.
Able to rotate this all the way over towards pipe. TchiK was still able to get that kill. Just everything going right for them there.
Plays like that can get you right back into this game. Now just down 21 points, and ZMightys they kill with the shock rifle, make it a double. It's a killing spree for ZMightys as well. Piggy's making his way to the ball. He's not paying attention to where the shock rifle shots are coming from, and he almost pays for it with his life. ZMightys doing a ton of damage. It's by himself, basically. Yakzn finally takes him down. ZMightys' kills don't really contribute to much, however, though. It is going to lessen the strength of this setup for the moment. But right now, I mean, you need to do more work right there, and unfortunately not able to get that triple kill, but it's a lot to ask of the young gun ZMightys.
Yakzn showing how powerful that plasma pistol can be in those close range fights. He missed that full charge burst, but still just decided to tap it away and then just finish off with a DMR shot.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful shot by him. Good use of the sandbox, and he's one of those players that's really starting to make a name for himself in Halo Infinite, and you're going to do so by mastering the individual game, right? Being so young in his career, there's a reason he's got picked up by Envy, and Precision, there's a reason he got picked up by Envy. It's because he does not miss shots. Beautiful shots from him. Good teamwork once again. We're seeing great rotations of this ball when they get it to back blue. Not only are they going to be 10 points away here from winning the round, but if Majin Club do decide to get to back blue, it's going to be a play ball. Oh, a little cheeky jump on the bottom. You could tell he tried to do it twice in a row. to try and end the round, but 94 is where we'll stop Envy's setup. But it's such a pain to try and flush them out from back blue and then relocate because only 6 points are needed and the ball gets put on the opposite side of the map.
That's the power of when a team is doing ball rotations and play balls correctly. It is infuriating to play against because it feels like as soon as something's going right on one side of the map, the ball's rotating away from the spots where the defending team or the attacking team's getting those kills. And then once you actually catch up to the ball, it's in a place where it plays ball, and you're just like, what the heck? We're chasing our tail around here for 30 seconds, getting the kills, things going right, and then it's just back to start, and throughout that entire exchange, they got 30 points.
Yeah, a bit of cat and mouse being played by Envy with that play ball there as Majin able to actually deny that ball being picked up from Envy off the play ball. They're able to get a couple of kills, and with that, a setup, but this setup needs to be perfect because that ball not near blue right now, so no chance to really play it. And as they lose the first member in Sxptiq, only 4 points needed, and you're in no man's land right now. Piggy just tries to end the round, but pays for it with his life. 98 is where Envy will be stopped for now, but just 2 points. And that ball being bottom middle, such an advantageous position for Envy in this first round.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Well, now that I say that, it's over. Yeah, I was going to say, if they were able to secure and keep those kills, Majin Club definitely could have rallied that back, but any error they were going to make, anytime they get a single wipe, they're going to scrap them to 2 points.
Yeah, and you take your eyes off the ball for a second. It gets grappled by Descendant. He puts an end to round 1. Envy showing you that they don't necessarily need to outslay by too much in order to get the job done here. Efficient objective work by multiple members of Envy get the job done here in round 1. It's TchiK and zMightys leading the way for Slays and Majin. You see Yakzn, actually the player you called out, Dave, he's having one hell of a start to this elimination bracket with 16 of his own here in just 1 round.
Yeah, just crushing right now to this Majin Club. Look at that. We got ball, we got shock rifle, we got camo. Let's see what Descendant does here. He knows that the push is coming from pipes, and that's going to be a question of can he hit the shots? Yeah. Looking for other players across the map. Knows there's some action across over at Long Haul. Just like that, gets some damage so his ball can rotate all the way through. So once again, I believe we have a ball rotation. Perfect ball rotation coming from Envy, unless I'm mistaken that it is still over at Elevator. So
I think it's still over at Elevator for now, but I think that they have the white control in order to be able to rotate it if they so choose. But when 3 go down for Majin, no need to move the ball. Descendant and the rest of the crew are doing the job that needs to be done as precision, just holding the ball. Hadn't seen an individual enemy player for 30 seconds at this point, and already a massive lead once again for Envy.
Yeah, no need to prematurely rotate that ball if players aren't putting the pressure over towards the Elevator side. That's the times where some of these players get in trouble. They'll try to force something and say, oh, the ball's got to keep moving, right?
Yeah.
No, you are racking up time right now. Right now, Majin Club need to make some action happen.
A bit more of cat and mouse even because of how well they were rotating it previously.
There
and now
it is.
You see that blue is open. Descendant gives the call. Hey, get that to blue. It's a 55-point lead and an opportunity to play the ball once precision feels the necessary heat is on his back. He is the last player alive, and he doesn't even choose to play the ball. He sees his teammate respawning towards Elevator, and they bring it back towards white. A bit of an overstep, I'd say, bringing it back to blue, but still with 65 points unanswered from Envy in round 2, they can make those little mistakes and be just fine.
Yeah, I was going to say that either is going to be the most brilliant or kind of a rough play there, just trying to get a little greedy, seeing his teammates spawn at Elevator and say, meet you at control? Let's both meet halfway there. Instead, they do not get the play ball. I still would have expected Majin Club to get control of the ball. It just wouldn't have been on this spot. Now, Envy are finding themselves in the exact same position that they've been putting Majin Club. They have to break through the defenses, push in towards blue, and then once they get there, they're rewarded with the play ball.
Yeah, the difficult situation here is that camo is up right now, and your ball carrier doesn't have any sort of impact on the combat loop going over towards that camo. It does look like it's going to be a one-on-one on the rest of the map. Sxptiq versus Descendant, and Descendant able to get away with that camo. If you're that ball carrier, Dave, you almost feel the need to be able to impact the rest of the fight because your setup is going to get broken, you would think, if they get camo successfully. Descendant, however, choosing to grapple with that camo into Elevator, just finds himself a kill, but in the meantime, the rest of Envy was able to get that ball reset, so Descendant maybe not the best camo play, but still finding one and distracting 2 members as the rest of the team breaks the setup is what the mission was initially when that camo got controlled. Oh my god.
Ends up getting some damage, gets the stick right there from Piggy. that's going to be 2 down for Majin Club. I expect Envy to make some more, put some pressure back on this ball, try to rotate through. Looks like DSCENDANT actually was going for that grab to try to bring it up, but maybe just trying to hunt down this last player in pipes. That's going to be BastosS. That's going to be the last player over on the pipe side down. And they're going to be comfortable here for a moment.
Ball guy gets into pipes, just turns the corner as he was no shield. DSCENDANT also knocked a no shield, but that ball, when he turns the corner, he's going to get his shield back by the time anybody from Majin is able to get there. And now regrouped with DSCENDANT. This is going to be a tough situation to break because of how closely Envy are playing this setup. Precision is going to get taken down as well as DSCENDANT, but 12 points is all Envy need. It's a triple kill from BastosS to break the setup, and a nice shots from him. Beautiful observing there as we're able to transition to the main Slayer for this team, it appears. Having a rough game right now, but what we saw BastosS capable of yesterday was so impressive. Someone I haven't really gotten an opportunity to watch. He was hitting some shots. He's going to need to hit some more shots to get this to a round 3.
And I was going to say, I couldn't tell if BastosS was being greedy by looking too far across the map or if he had someone on his back over at pipes. And he did have his back covered by Sxptiq over on the pipes.
Such a big kill from Yakzn there. He's able to break open the setup virtually by himself. He hits a beautiful route top mid, able to take down that first player, and like dominoes, the rest of Majin starts to fall. The clock is ticking. The ball guy, once again, turns the corner, no shield, narrowly escapes, and that's going to do it, Dave. Envy will take game 1 in 2 rounds. A much better round 2 for Majin, but just not enough to take down a team like Envy.
Envy just bouncing back, doing everything right, even though they did the very first half of round 2. Great. They did an arguable missed rotation or misplay ball. Kind of were punished for it for around 30 to 50 points.
Yeah.
And then just bounced right back.
Maybe mistakes that might haunt them later on through their elimination bracket round 1, but Majin falling behind so far very early in both round 1 and 2. Envy got to play with that comfortability, with the ability to make those levels of mistakes and not really pay for it, at least with the cost of a round or a game. So Envy will take this in what was a pretty dominant showing, but obviously can still be improved on. Things we expect Envy to improve on as their elimination bracket round. The run should continue if they win this best of 5. We'll be right back after a short break for game 2. Bravo 1-0. Envy lead the series. It's going to be Aquarius Slayer. It's the name of the game for game 2, and an early camo pickup for Yakzn as he's able to get top mid almost immediately. We switch over to his point of view. Let's see what he can get done. He was such an impressive player there in game 1. Gave Envy everything they needed to start off on the right foot.
And nobody trying to be first blood there. Piggy eventually hunted down there by zMightys. But people know where all the players are at this point, and here comes the action. Yakzn, can he get with his camo? Tries to slip away. Unsuccessful.
Yeah, unfortunate death from him, but Piggy able to benefit from his distraction right there. He's able to pick up 2 kills, but I mean, how often is it you see the first guy on Aquarius, the first death is the guy that sits back in your window with the battle rifle? That was a very lopsided push from each side in order for them to not cross paths and have anyone trade up until that point. But a good start for Majin Club, something we didn't see in either rounds of game 1. So I like what we're seeing as far as a response to make this series a little bit more interesting.
Oh, just a slight miss with that grenade. Must have had TchiK on a death screener, had the call out in that corner of utility. Can he get the finish? Does get the, no, does not get the trade against Sxptiq, but that kill eventually finished by Yakzn.
I'd be complaining if I didn't get that melee, I promise you that. Precision now on screen. Up 1 now. Envy find themselves with a solid push into the generator. They come out successfully, and with that, they take the lead by 1. Precision top pink spots a player backing up all the way to the fridge. It's TchiK. BastosS trying to make some space right here. Spots Precision out. Precision able to stay alive. Get his shield back. Beautiful job by him to just angle off all of Majin Club right there. They're in some difficult positions. Precision can't quite dodge the grenade though. And in the meantime, Piggy, once again, the benefactor of the distraction Precision was creating, and he's going to find himself not just a kill, but an assist as well. The lead remains 1.
Yeah, he was trying to escape over towards Precision. Unfortunately, those ships sailed past each other in the night. Yeah. He couldn't communicate at that point, being come back to her until he just knew he was donezo and had to hope that Precision could take advantage of that afterwards.
Precision once again getting taken down. 3 go down for Envy. Majin with some control now, 14 to 12. as they take the lead here. They're able to hopefully find the respawners of where Envy are and trap them in a solid spot. But it looks like Envy have done a good job to spread out after respawning. They have control of what appears to be all of car side of the map. And now, if you're BastosS and the rest of Majin Club, you're kind of stuck in the back of a base, and Envy had the advantage all of a sudden.
It feels weird. It feels flipped at some points. You're like, all right, you feel like you're on the offensive, and all of a sudden, like, wait, are we going into their trap? How are they fighting so well from this position in this scenario? Yeah,
part of Aquarius Slayer that we've learned at the high level is once you get that round of slays in a base, you need to get out of that base before you get trapped. And unfortunately, Majin Club not quick enough on the sticks to get out of that trap. And it was Envy that reaps the benefits. They take back a 3-kill lead.
Zendant do a nice job clearing out his fridge. That's going to be 2 members there over towards the blue fridge side. Precision knows that there has to be somebody behind him. He's checking his own flank. This is one of the difficult parts is when you're out on an island, you need to worry about yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay if you know you can sprint back to teammates, but if you are going to get in 1-1, you need to get that first shot because you aren't getting help, buddy.
Bit of chaos as Descendant looking down car 1 expected whatever Precision was calling out there for a player to be there, and because he's looking down, he actually gets 5 in the back right there, and what could have been a real momentum swing for Envy to take a massive lead here. Actually, just a 2-kill game. Majin Club pick up a bunch of kills in a row here as Precision once again gets taken down. 23-21. Majin are doing such a much better job of staying with Envy and the slaying power of Envy throughout this second game.
Yeah, it feels completely different. Also feels like they have just some more awareness of where they're at on the map, trying to make a push together. Unfortunately, kind of trade for trade. A lot of times when you have a team stuck in the base there, you're waiting for these opportunities for someone like TchiK to lay down damage on the base or get some damage or poke and prod before just full sending it.
Yeah, how important is it in those situations, Dave? I think the mistake we saw that I want you to talk about is players going for melees when they're in that advantageous position, and we saw back-to-back Majin Club members do so.
Yeah, you need to keep your numbers advantage, just put time on your side. When you know that you are going to get help fast on the other person, you aren't going for those melee trades as much. You want to try to preserve that life. The only time you're going for that melee trade is once you're pretty much donezo. If you can get 1 melee on somebody who's full shield,
that's a good trade.
That's a good trade.
Yeah, it's all about that
meleeing to trade out the kill, not a good trade when you have the numbers or the positional advantage.
That was something Cloud used to really install in me when I was up in a fight in an advantageous position, to not get a punch when, not go for a melee when I'm up in the fight and I'm in that advantageous spot, but when I'm down, that's when you really want to take advantage and min-max your damage output. So we're seeing a couple of mistakes, but at the same time, Majin Club, even with that tie game, camo in the hands of zMightys, and an opportunity here to get right back into the series with a win. 29-all, zMightys behind enemy lines. Can he get up into the shroom stairs? He opts to jump up onto the bridge. Descendant flies into his face. He's able to get a melee. Can he play his life here? He's going to be getting called out, but nobody on Envy in a position to take him down, and because of that, his camo's going to refuel. He's going to get his shield back as well, and he gets a lot of information and damage on the respawners of Envy. He's playing this so well.
Yeah, he's wondering too, did anyone sneak on over towards top pink? Nope. They're stuck on over at the fridge and at the flag. So let's see how zMightys and crew decide to react to this. They know their half of the map is clear, and they know there's got to be somebody in that fridge.
Oh, Precision sets up the bait. They show the player in the fridge, and then immediately once you take a couple of steps down those pink stairs, it's a trap. Precision turns the corner. He's able to get a couple of kills, and 3 go down for Majin. They had complete control. All of Envy slowed down the game. They played on their half of the map and waited for Majin to step into that bait.
Yeah, they're just setting up the perfect traps, and Majin are getting snagged by them every single time. I think the problem for Majin is they're kind of, like I said before, full sending it or committing towards a play or direction before they have the damage or all the information. They know they're over near a base or such, but they don't have somebody weak, or they don't know the exact location. And before they know it, they're walking in, they've committed too far, and they cannot back up.
And that's the difference in the game here, as we saw Majin get collapsed on in the back of the base right there. 39-37. They do a good job to get a couple of kills there to keep this within striking distance. But right now, Envy in the driver's seat as far as map control. You see all of Majin stuck towards pink besides Sxptiq, who was at blue. He gets removed from the map. And now in a 4-on-3 situation, look at how dominant the map control is, as Precision able to just stand top middle untouched and now push towards the information he's gathering. Descendant picks up 2 in the base.
Similar again, this time we saw it from the Envy POV. You just saw Majin hard committing in a direction because they said, all right, we know that there's 2 players over on the opposite side of the base. We might know Descendant's here. Let's push on through. And Precision and Descendant reading that perfectly. creating distance, creating space when people are clumping up, and punishing them for it.
TchiK tries to hide in that refrigerator there, but he saw, it was Precision that saw just the glances of his shoes as he walked into it, so they knew he was there. Precision did such a good job to patiently wait for a teammate to just 2v1 the guy, and TchiK gets taken down for free, extending the lead to what its greatest lead so far throughout the game. It's 7 that Envy take a commanding lead by here at 46-38 now.
Yep, and that's going to be 2 more kills on the board. Precision slamming in that camo. I don't know how Majin come back from this. BastosS and crew, 1 kill left to spare, and all of a sudden, kind of crumbled at the end. It was so close.
Yeah.
Majin had the lead in so many circumstances. They had the positional advantage and just kind of hit the gas and wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, a little bit of chaos goes a long way in the score line right now. Majin wasn't able to consistently play with Envy throughout that second game. Envy really pulling away from that 40 kill mark on. And with that, Envy will take a series lead 2-0 now. Majin, their tournament lives will be on the line when we return if they can extend the series against Envy. This could be Majin's tournament life on the line right now. Envy up 2-0, and I'd say pretty commanding fashion so far, and it's going to be Coliseum CTF. I've actually forgot the name of the
Origin?
Infinite map.
Yeah,
Origin,
yeah.
thank you God. I mean, I'm in the dev team, and I drew a blank
I
there.
think that's always been one small gripe-ish for me of the Halo series around every single title. And when you have a new game,
Sanctuary
the new map, yeah, it's the same. It's like Wizard's Wizard, Battle Creek's Battle Creek, and that's just like, you know, each one has its own different name for it. And so I resort to generally the first version of it.
As long as there's no major differences, I'll say.
Yeah, but
There's some of those, like there's a little bit of geo differences, and that's how you distinguish the two. But, I mean, as far as this is concerned, Origin, Coliseum, whatever it is, we have Yakzn with snipe in hand. As we refocus on the action, you see Sxptiq, last player alive. He is going to be on the enemy team's flag, and Yakzn got an opportunity to spot him. And on the other side of the map, the flag's being pulled. So Sxptiq trying to shut that flag player down, but not before Yakzn gets a piece of you. There's a double kill. Can't hit the headshot on the triple. That would have been disgusting. The damage has been done. However, all 4 down for Majin Club. That flag continuing to be on the move. This is beautiful from Yakzn. Posted up on his BR, doing everything for Envy's success here.
And that's so tough for BastosS too. BastosS probably even just calling out saying, let this one go, not a big deal, get control. Okay, I guess you all have to get control without me.
Yep, somebody else get control. I'm in the death cam. Yakzn finally out of snipe ammo, but the work's already been done. An early lead again for Envy here in the series. Game 3, and they look like they want to move on and throughout this elimination bracket. Piggy with the double on the elbow is going to open up the base as well, especially when TchiK gets spotted running up the snipe ramp. He's not going to have an angle on this flag carrier. Sxptiq and TchiK are snipe side of the map, and that is where Yakzn's trying to run this, so he's going to find himself in a difficult position, and big kills coming across to stop this flag. This game, far from over. Envy has been in the driver's seat, but as I say that, zMightys able to get a flagpole off of those few kills could extend where Majin needs some momentum extended.
Yeah, and flag not getting as far as I expected. On top of that, Precision arguably giving away his position a little bit. He kind of snuck back there on the flag, uncertain of where he'd be, but great recovery there by Envy to stop that potential cap for Majin.
Yeah, that was a counter cap opportunity for Majin off of some great plays from them. Then shut down by more great plays from Envy. So a little bit of back and forth we're starting to see as the tides are turning. Snipe is coming up in 10 seconds. Rockets are currently up, so the power weapons surely to dictate what's going to be the mid game here.
Yeah, it's coming up any moment. Piggy just playing the job of distraction right now, trying to buy time for his teammates to come on over, grab those weapons, and give some support. Mission mostly successful. However, his reinforcements in form of Precision taken out, but Piggy still remaining over in the cave.
And this is the problem. Sxptiq doing all this work, but it's on his side of the map as the power weapons were coming up, so you have to think Envy are going to be the ones that are in control of those power weapons. You do see BastosS over on the elbow. He's finally taken down. He's able to take down Precision before so. But where's the snipe? Senate shows you where the snipe is. He's able to take down Sxptiq there. Sxptiq playing his life so well, but you can't just give away snipes to players on Envy, especially not Descendant. When this kid heats up, he is a dangerous player to play against.
Yeah, in the end, didn't work out for Majin. I don't hate the fact that they tried to create a chaotic situation where they tried to pull flag as we're in this, you know, chaotic, frenetic situation. But in the end, you have to have somebody looping around, flanking, getting ready for that weapon.
Yeah.
You have to, throughout the chaos, either be getting that OBJ or be getting the weapons. And in most cases, you can't really move this flag across the map when they have an uncontested sniper.
Yeah, absolutely. It did look like TchiK was able to find the rockets. He only found 1 kill with them, though. Descendant already having more success with the snipe than the rockets, are proving to be the better of the power weapon choices of prioritization here. Majin go 3 down right now. All 4 members of Envy are alive. TchiK spotted on the elbow. Respawners on the elbow as well. And Descendant ADS'd. That's aim down sight for all you old folks that aren't hip like me and know the acronyms. Down towards the elbow. It is going to be Mighty. First goes down the elbow. And Descendant, a little bit of an over challenge there. Extends his entire body to the sight line available over towards elbow. And because of it, he gets taken down without being able to get cover.
Yeah, no cover found in that area, but oh my god, great shots there by Piggy to try to back away from this position. But we're also not seeing Majin really take up as much ground across the map. It feels like you have BastosS kind of way too deep on enemy lines, kind of by himself, not with any help. Because of that, you see his death onto the kill feed. But here we go, Sxptiq finally moving on up over here towards top rockets. 4 bullets still, and rockets coming up. I'm surprised he's not whipping that out to fight against that top catwalk person, but there we go.
This rocket player on his team decided to sprint for him. He was able to pick him up, but as he's doing that, he's getting lit up and actually gets taken down. So it's actually sniped rockets in the hands of Sxptiq right now. And this is kind of a tough place to be. You got the power weapon combination here, but not the best position to use them. The rockets get used pretty quickly, and now you don't have a secondary weapon. You got 1 bullet in the chamber. You got to make it count. Can you make it count? Yeah, hey, you get a trade, which is better than what most would have done there. All 4, however, do go down from Majin Club, and it's just Yakzn on the map. I would say, so far, through what we've seen, it has been dangerous situations Majin have found themselves in, and to only be down 1-0, there's some testament to the defense being played on their behalf, but you need to find some offensive success here if you want to extend the series to a 4th game.
Yeah, they need to find the offensive success together. Right now it feels like their plan is to try to just flank somebody through instead of doing a concentrated push across the top together. Instead, it's let's send a couple down low through either runway, or let's send 1 flanker through, slipping through just to go over to their cave and go to that flag. But never once have you really seen Majin take control of the center, get around to Slays, push to the front of the base, get around to Slays, and run that flag. Instead, it's just been people trying to do individual efforts.
Overextend rather than actually focus on map control. Beautiful. Well said, Dave. Every single time we've seen a flagpole from Majin Club, it's been that flanker, that overextender, and sometimes that can work, but that is a tough recipe for success versus a team that is solely focused on that level of map control, because where are you going with the flag once you get that touch? If Envy have control of the middle right now, Yakzn really focus on getting top catwalk, the basics of what we know this game type to be. But however, Majin do get a flagpole. TchiK goes down, and I believe that was the flag carrier. Once again, can't quite get it past that sight line that is shutting them down over towards the elbow. If you do turn that corner, that flag can get across halfway, and then maybe we're talking about manifesting a couple of kills that benefit you to a flag cap. But Envy doing such a good job to shut the flag down before that can happen so many times.
Yeah, I think Envy's reacting very well to this as well. There's times where these sort of strategies really catch certain teams and play styles off guard. But the good teams, good players, they'll react after a bit. They're going to say, guess what? They've tried this flank like 5 or 10 times. Wait for them to make their push, take the free kill or 2, and then we'll make our push across the map.
Yeah, and it's so hard to do. Yakz's been top catwalk for so long, waiting on the rest of his team kind of to get position. Does step forward a little bit too far and ends up onto a plasma, but that catwalk control is really the name of the game when you're talking about map control on a map like Origin. And as you see, it is going to be rockets in the hands of Piggy right here. They're controlling the elbow because this is the direction you want to run the flight. They don't have that snipe control, but that's okay. And that rocket actually doesn't kill that respawner. I thought it was going to find someone. Sxptiq and Mighty's find a kill. Wow. Piggy's going to be the last player alive, and they luckily, I will say, shut this flag down before it moves any further.
Such a good position there. Or Piggy, I would say, such a good position there. ready to escort precision with that flag. And great play by TchiK and crew, to be honest, to work themselves away from that one. Just a good read on where that rocket player might be, but I would say Majin Club getting a bit luckier there during that stop.
Yeah, great defense once again. We'll say it, but defense is not going to win you this game, especially when you find yourself down 1-0 already. We need to see some successfulness, some aggressiveness together. This could be the push. Elbow control is an aim that they're focused on right now. It is just going to be Sxptiq alive, Yakzn the last player alive as well, and respawners are going to be able to deny Sxptiq from really moving this flag any further than the flag stand itself. He can't even get the pull before the respawners have an opportunity to shut him down. zMightys, the next overextender on the elbow. The rest of Majin Club, though, not in a position to really anchor or push.
Yeah, not at the base, also not high enough to lay down these shots, and all day long, Envy will happily take these 1v1s or 2v1s on the back of their flag. Now, what Envy do not want to see happen is somebody on their front bridge of their base, somebody over towards top rockets or top catwalk, laying down those extra shots for somebody pushing into the flag.
Yeah, this feels like the first time, really, we've seen Envy have to fight from their cave up on players' top snipe, and there's multiple players now stuck towards the maze for Majin Club, and that's the control that we've seen Envy have this entire game. It's a 2-on-2 in this situation. BastosS by himself with the snipe right now. Can't quite find Piggy, and Piggy finds a respawner in Sxptiq, but Sxptiq outshoots Piggy there, which could be the door opening for an opportunity on a flag. When the flag is getting pulled, there's a player in front of his base. Flag carrier does go down. Yakzn finds a double, but BastosS able to answer that double with a double of his own. Is anyone on the return is the big question right now. Yes, Precision found himself on the return, and he gets the return before TchiK can get that kill. Scrappiness is not going to get the job done yet again for Majin Club. It was the best attempt yet, but still, Envy find a way to shut it down.
Yeah, Envy just playing the right defense, the right spots, securing those kills, and it's tough and it's frustrating because any one of those at some point, if you get one extra kill chain on there and somebody from Majin ready to rally it, that's okay. And maybe that's the only part that we're just missing from this, is this strategy can be viable here for Majin if they have just that slight little extra support from cover fire or somebody there to punish the person who's killing the flag runner.
It'd be a lot easier if they had rockets to do so, but unfortunately TchiK gonna go down on the rocket street, and I believe it was Envy that just picked up those rockets. DSCENDANT, he gets taken down. Actually, all 4 down for Majin Club as they're coming off respawn. Those rockets still stuck top rockets, but with a minute left, you gotta prioritize those rockets if you're Majin, because you need a power weapon to really change the tide, the momentum of what has been the last 11 minutes.
Yeah, Precision finding himself in the same spot where he had gotten that flag recovery. Now, the only difference here, kind of between Envy's and Majin's strategy is he has that extra support up high towards that catwalk, towards the top rocket. So anyone that he's fighting over near an elbow or near the flag, he has cover fire. Somebody down in the bottom middle, can't really help.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. 2 members go down for Majin Club. One's gonna respawn, but I mean, they're all stuck rockets out of the map, and this is such high level of control right now for Envy. They do spot that one first player overextending. The rest of the team goes down. It's zMightys that is getting a touch on the flag, but he knows that someone else from Envy has got to be hunting him down. He's the last player alive. That's not going to cut it. He gets taken down. A great route from Piggy to do so. And with that, the return comes through. The clock will hit 0, and Envy will win this series 3-0 against Majin Club. It was a highly contested game 3, but just not enough offense success for Majin Club. Envy will move on to the elimination bracket.
Commiserations there for Majin. One stat I am interested to see, though, is flags stolen and flags captured here between these 2 rosters. Look at this. You had 5 flags stolen apiece. I would have expected actually a little higher. It kind of felt that way when you're watching Majin there.
Felt like Majin definitely had more flags pulled,
yeah,
but just not realistic opportunities with those flag pulls. They were immediately shut down just about every single time. The one real opportunity got stuck under bottom middle their side, and you have to overextend so far to try and even get an angle on the guy returning that. If that's like out in the open bottom middle,
yeah, that was over in the runway kind of lane there.
Exactly.
Anyone could have really had an angle there from an elbow or such. It feels like a deceivingly safe spot, but anyone from the Envy base, or sorry, from the Majin base has no angle on it. Anyone from the Majin team isn't out in the courtyard over in front of Envy's base, and just nobody had the angle, and people just had to beeline it right down
Yeah,
there.
it's actually the safest place
Yeah.
you can return that flag. So A well-fought battle for Majin Club, just not enough to take down a team like Envy, and we expected this. We expect Envy to get hot throughout this elimination bracket. A great first step for the boys in blue.